Hey y'all, we out here. We back with the double dose this week, like last week. But I'm glad UFC is continuing. Just a little warm up, cool down type of card before we get to like a pay per view next weekend. But it's always good to have some UFC. We got UFC Vegas 83. I think yeah, it's 83.
Man, I don't
Song
even know who's
yeah
fighting.
dong.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, versus Chris Gutierrez, man. Yeah, Yellow Excellence card right here. This was supposed to be
Hey.
actually in China, in
Oh,
Shanghai or Beijing or Shanghai, one of them.
what
And
happened?
I guess they just said Dana White's like, nah, we just got to reschedule it and make it in Vegas at the Apex.
Shady.
Shady, but it's cool for us. We get on some regular time. I don't know what they're going to do in China, but there's still some Chinese fighters though. Big difference is some of the Chinese fighters that are from China will need to travel instead of being local.
Damn.
Yeah, but not Song Yudong though. He be in Sacramento.
He be
Shout out,
getting he be getting robbed in Vallejo.
yeah, be on the lookout. But shout out to our boy Max Griffin that was on the show. This is one of his boys. He's a I think they're on the same gym, right? So
Yup, training they
yeah,
train together. One of the
yeah. So
factions.
coming out of the Sac area. So shout out Sac, bro, big Sac. But let's get it. We start at the bottom as always, and
Whoa.
warm up fight. We got some pictures here. We got
Damn, why she
two
wearing
names I'm
basketball
not really
shorts?
super familiar. Yeah, Rayanne Amanda, also known as Rayanne Dos Santos, and we got Talita Alencar, who
Yeah, they
also,
both.
man, no offense to these ladies, but look at a little thicky right there.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, like there was
Taki.
both debuts here, and I'll share this with y'all. Dos Santos 14-6, making her debut, 3-win fight streak, and I mean she's really from Invicta. I mean I didn't really get to tape her. I didn't got time for that this week, so I don't have a lot of information other than one, she's pretty decently durable. I think that her surviving Denise Gomes in Contender Series for a decision. When Gomes, likes to just throw bombs. That's all she really does. But she was able to survive that. She was able to, and her wins are mostly finishes with a lot of submissions, right? With a little knockouts, but mainly submissions. It looks like here. So maybe a durable chick, a
Hey,
little younger than the other chick. Mm-hmm.
you didn't even say how we did last week.
Oh yeah, I'm over here in a rush. I was going to give y'all another Drake quote, but I'll hold off on that one. But yeah, I guess before we go any deeper on these, let's pull up what we did last week here. I wish I could say we did better, but we didn't do too hot, bro. We got reverse swept, both of us.
Damn.
It was unpleasant, but the good news is we still.
Guida fucked me.
Yeah, Guida fucked you on one. The one with Guida also had Gastelum on it.
Gastelum fucked me, yeah. But hey, Misha Tate came through though.
Misha Tate came through. The other parlay that you only missed. Oh, actually, both of them. The Soriano was a big upset. Punanelli or whatever.
Oh yeah, he looked like shit.
That was a big upset. And I was saying I was worried about the odds because I was like, man, Punanelli, he should win in theory. But some of these guys, man, are like him as a big favorite is always stinky, And then Wellington, I'm done. No more beef Wellington for me. I'm out. I'm out on Wellington. I said it was the last straw.
He was winning easy too, and then he got fucking cracked and it was over. And then he got tapped. I'm like, oh,
motherfucker needs to go to like Jungle FC or something.
He need to go to somewhere. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't even think he's good enough for the PFL.
He got tapped. That was all bad.
Because him going down in weight hasn't worked. He lost every time. What else he's gonna do? Rob Font, man. I also was
Yep.
And unfortunately, I mean, hey, shout outs to Figgy Cent. He surprised me as far as like moving up in weight. He actually was doing real well, man, just well rounded. So shout outs to him. But it sucked for us to lose our bets. And then for me, man, I hit y'all with two big dogs, and they both got crushed, just straight up demolished. Bobby Green got damn near murdered.
Oh man, he got smirked.
Yeah, that was sad to see. And a lot of people.
And then Benil got slaughtered.
Yeah, Benil got slept. Everyone was going to sleep, bro. It was sad to see.
Some good fights.
Yeah, so I mean, the whole card was good. A lot of finishes, a lot of upsets. Not the way we wanted the upsets to go, but the other upsets. And then like, what's his name lost too? People said to be careful. I wasn't careful, but Reese,
Oh
Reese
yeah.
was in that greasy parlay with Turman.
Hey,
And Silver.
I told you what's his name looked like he was due for one.
The dude was fine.
Dude, yeah, I forget his name now, but the guy who's always losing.
That happens quite often here. But yeah, let me just look at who he's
Well,
fighting.
he was like on a 4-fight losing streak, right?
Cody Brundage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just, and then he won last fight. Remember we were talking about that when he
Oh
got the
yeah,
DQ on the top of the
yeah.
head,
Yep.
but he was getting worked in that whole fight. Yeah, so I mean, I guess I won that one last on Brundage. I had to lose this one on Brundage, but we move on because the good news, the silver lining, and I know those Raider fans out there know about silver linings. Is that we're still in the positive even after both of us getting swept the opposite way. You're 21 and 24 plus 16.65 units. And then I'm 24, 19 and 1 plus 7.7 units. So we're still in the green. We're still doing good. We're still probably going to end, knock on wood, but end the year into the positive. So, I mean, we can't do any worse this week. I'll tell you that. So there's only one way from here, and that's up. But getting back into these fights here, we're talking about this is the opponent that's fighting the young girl. This girl's a little older, Talita Alamkar, 4-0-1 submission specialist at 33 years old, 4-fight win streak, and also making her debut. She was on the Contender Series, but had a draw against Stephanie Luciano, and before that she was in the LFA and then some Titan FC. It looks like here. So, she's a submission person. Obviously, if it gets to the ground, I think she's going to be able to dominate. As far as the odds go. Where is she at? The other girl's been getting the money. So Rianne is about a minus 160, 65, minus 165 right now. And she opened at about minus 135. So there's some money flowing in on her, which I agree with. I think she's a younger fighter. As long as she can stay standing, she has more of striking. And the other lady is at plus 144. So, not too big on this fight. I haven't actually bet it yet, but I'm going with the younger fighter. I'm going with Rianne. But yeah, how about you, dog?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Talita.
Talita, the thickness. She don't got the basketball shorts on. Yeah, Rayanne looks like she'd be having the basketball shorts with the black Air Forces outside when she's chilling. So, but yeah, we won't spend too much time on that. We got some interesting prospect fight here. We got Tatsuro Tara against Carlos Hernandez, the Mexican-American hero. So, man, this is an interesting fight. It's a huge odds. They always do this with the prospects, as always. But it looks like the prospect here is where is he at? I'm trying to look at his odds. Don't tell me they took that shit down. No, it's right here. He's minus 500. Minus 500. Carlos Hernandez plus 400. Yeah, man, this is a tough fight on the odds. Of course, I liked Tara if you didn't put the odds into it. Yeah. But as always, you got to consider some of the odds. And I'll share this with y'all. 14-0. But look at Carlos. Let's talk about Carlos first. 9-2. Pillow hands, though. That's the only thing that's a little sketchy is he got the pillow hands. He's a solid-ass wrestler, decent boxer, but he's never knocked out anybody. But he's never been knocked out either. Most of his wins are decision or submission. And his last fight was a technical decision against Bondar. And I remember that because I was on Bondar and I lost. And then the only loss he's really had was against Nascimento. And Nascimento's pretty solid, Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for the pick, obviously I'm going to go with Ty right here. He's undefeated, 14-0. But as far as minus 500 on the young prospect, he's only 23 years old. He's still got room to learn and grow. And, we see this in the UFC all the time where they come in and everyone gets hyped. They win a couple fights and then everyone's like, oh, they're the ones. But which I think he should win. He's beaten some decent competition. CJ Vergara, he beat. He beat Edgar Chavez.
Well, he's a Mexican. He's a Mexican killer.
I was just gonna say. I was like, damn, is this a Mexican killer, bro? Or
he's Japanese, right?
Yeah. So
he's a samurai. He's a samurai Latino killer, bro. I'm going with Tatsuro.
Yeah, I'm going Tatsuro as well.
Mexicans.
I mean, for those that want it greasy, minus 500 in the parlay, could be decent, could be okay. But yeah, I'm pumping the brakes for me personally, just at the odds. Minus 500, I could see something happening here. But I think the UFC is also setting this up as always, right? Red carpet, trying to be like, okay, we're gonna give you someone that is decent, but he ain't got no power, so you don't need to worry about getting knocked out. Just don't get choked. And he's good on the ground. So shout outs to him. Next up, we got some more chick fights. Luana Santos against Stephanie Egger. I mean, this is definitely a different type of fight here. We got more of a prospect against Egger, and man, Egger's been confusing, bro. Like throughout her last few fights, she's not super young.
Switzerland.
Yeah, she's solid. I would say grappling, but it's more like judo grappling, right? The fights that she's supposed to be winning, sometimes I don't like. For example, Irina Alexeyeva, she lost in a knee bar, but she was actually winning that fight. Before that, she beat Eileen Perez, and then before that, Mayra Bueno Silva she lost to, which is actually okay. So it's like when you give her like a mid to lower tier competition, she does well. When you start up in the competition, like Tracy Cortez, Mayra Bueno Silva, she pretty much loses. So that's the only thing I'm worried about. Luana Santos, still young, 6-1. Obviously more of a looker than the other one, but she's only 23. Once again, she's on a 3-fight win streak. She beat Julianne Miller by punches, which, I mean, is that impressive or not? I mean, I don't think so. But
finished.
And then again, it's like, I don't know. I think that if she does win this, she's going to win this early. But I think as the fight goes on and it goes to the distance, it might go with the Egger side because all it takes is one hip toss or one little headlock hip toss. And, Egger could maintain position. She is the bigger person as well in this matchup. So as far as the odds go, what do we have here for her? Egger, looks like, is Egger the underdog here? Yeah, Stephanie Egger plus 130, Luana Santos minus 150. Man, I think I'm going Egger here, man. Plus money. What do you got?
I gotta go with the baddie.
The baddie, Luana Santos. They're trying to find like the right Brazilian prospect, female prospect, so they could push to headline somewhere, be the next like looker, because they've been having some decent Brazilian fighters in there as far as the looks department. Try to raise it up. Horny fights.
They baddies, that's why.
Exactly. They're trying to find the baddies that could fight. They can't just have all these like manly looking chicks. Yeah. Well, some people say she's a baddie.
She's bad because the way she could fight.
The way she intimidates you into her.
She would fuck us up, bro.
Hell yeah. Fuck no. She throws like her punches throw like a man.
Like
with a power. And she could grapple. Like
every head just yeah, that'd be all bad.
You out here trying to eat her out. She's over here giving you the triangle, bruh, and just passing out. You
really go to sleep. Like,
but anyway, where we go now? So this is a rescheduled fight here we got next.
From last week, right? Or 2 weeks ago.
But there's an interesting fact. I got to confirm, but I think it's in a different weight than last week.
Oh, yeah, because they don't want to make them cut weight again.
Yeah, which is understandable. Weight cut's always tough. I think they're fighting now at, 155. I think the original fight was 145, possibly. So, I mean, Costa was the favorite. He's still the favorite now, and I agree with that.
Yeah, I think I gotta rock with my boy Scott Jorgensen's son right here, Melchizedek Costa.
Yeah, he's minus 240. Garcia's plus 205. It's somewhat similar to the odds that was before from last week. He was about, minus 230, 240 as well. And I mean, the thing is, I was concerned, like we talked about last week, Steve Garcia got a puncher's chance always. I mean, he has some power. He's resilient. But as far as who's a better technical fighter, who's more skill, well-rounded, obviously it's Costa. And he's not that much smaller either. So I think it's going to be totally fine. And I'll agree with you there too, as well. So, I mean, what is Steve Garcia doing? He's 31. He's already like, if it's not his prime now, what is he going to do? He's never submitted anyone. He's only knocked people out.
Hey, that's all good.
It's all good. Oh, sorry, my bad. I didn't even share this shit. This is his old picture, Costa, 20 and 6. It's for y'all to see here. But that's another thing is like the only thing I'm worried about is Costa hasn't had the same experiences. You know, he's only fought in Moises, which is great experience for your debut, and then Lingo, who's not very good, and possibly throwing fights. Who knows? But yeah, we're gonna go Costa here. I mean, it's hard not to. Greasy parlay piece. You know, why not? Here we go. We got some yellow excellence coming up here. Hyung Sung Park against Shannon Ross, man. Undefeated prospect from South Korea against the Australian. Shannon Ross, man. What do you think about Shannon Ross?
Damn, 13-8. Yeah, for sure. They're trying to pump this. They're trying to push Hong Seong Park, but yeah, I'm rocking with Park, bro. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm rocking with Park ski.
And I'll add this caveat after you make the pick too. Park minus 570 right now.
Damn.
Crazy. Yeah. Plus 420, Shannon Ross.
Which which yellow excellence is gonna blow it? Tatsuya or Park?
Hopefully. Oh, neither. Parlay him, fucking. And no, but Shannon Ross. Okay, I remember this guy specifically because I took a flyer on him, I believe, against Jesus Aguilar at the UFC 290, and it was the Mexican night, right? The night before the actual September 16th one, but the one where we were talking about we were there and we said the Mexicans were down bad. Yeah, that night, Jesus Aguilar was the only Mexican that won.
Oh, he's the one that slept.
Yeah, the short guy. He was the short Mexican guy, and slept him. So you know, Shannon Ross, I might be done. I mean, he does have a puncher's chance. He does have some power, but I don't think UFC would set this up for the prospect to lose, like you said. So
Yeah.
you know, we got to see some weigh-in, see how big this kid is really. But I'm guessing he's similar in size. I mean, I don't even know the people he fought. He had one UFC fight. Sung Guk Choi. Man, is that offensive? I don't know. And then he's also for the guy from Road to UFC. So I think this is one of the first Road to UFC prospects that they're pushing. Because to be honest, there's very limited Asian fighters as far as big ones. So, but I'm going the same way. I mean, it's hard for me to look at the other side. I know the odds is gross, but yeah, I'm only going Park one way, bro.
Park, Tatsuyo, and fucking.
There's another Park on this card too, by the way.
Oh, so yeah, it's
the Iron Turtle.
It's super yellow excellence.
Oh yeah, because it's supposed to be that China card, so they're trying to get all the Asian fighters in there.
Damn, but are these fools going to be tired from flying from China?
Yeah, that's another thing that you got to put into the equation at least a little bit, because the guys that are actually from Asia will have to commute to travel instead of actually staying at home like they were planning to. So
fuck.
Time difference, all that. But I think a lot of the Asian fighters also get not used to it, but like they always have to travel for fights for leagues, unless they're in Japan. That's the only really big league there, right? So yeah, but next we got Song Kinan, the OG. He's damn near getting to be an OG against the French prospect, Kevin Jousset. Kinan Song is the underdog, plus 123. Looks like Jousset's about minus 140. This is a tough one for me, man. Do you have any thoughts on this?
Man, Song Kinan, I don't know. Kevin Jousset be like a little sleeper. I'm gonna just rock with Jousset.
Yeah, man, I'm actually leaning kind of towards you here. I was thinking about this, and I'm like, dude, last time I was actually one of the few on Song Kinan as a huge underdog, just a small play. When he beat Bedoya, bro, that was crazy. Big upset. Bedoya was a huge favorite, and Bedoya got dominated the whole time through. The people that Song has fought are legit people. Max Griffin. Shout out to our boy Max. Even though he lost to Max Griffin, that's not a bad loss.
Oh yeah, he I think he trains with him now. Hey, no, I think the Song Kinan trains with Max now, and then.
Oh, okay, that's cool. See, and then he lost to Ian Machado Gary, the Cuck, and then he lost to Alex Morono. Those are the three losses he's had recently in the last, since 2018. And even before that, all the people he's lost to, Brad Riddell, are pretty decent fighters. The only thing is this Jousset guy isn't bad. The money's been coming on Song Yidong.
Song Kinan.
Oh, I keep saying that. Yeah, Song Kinan, no racial.
You racist.
And 9-2. This prospect was very surprising to a lot of people, man. I won money on him, but I was very surprised. He beat Kiefer Crosby at UFC 293, rear naked choke first round right away. I don't know if he could dominate it the same way with Song Kenan like this, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard fight, bro. To be honest, I take it back,
Yeah.
man. I feel like if I am correct, I think this dude trains with Griffin now after he beat him and shit.
Let me see
So,
what they say on here. They
but
don't even have
Kevin,
his gym in there, but I wouldn't be surprised if he started training on him. And that means he's hanging out in America, and he's been hanging out in SAC,
yeah, Dan, it's gonna be a close fight. To be honest,
Yeah, no bet for me right now. But at first,
for real.
when I first broke this fight down, I was leaning towards Gisette. Like I said, the money's been coming on Kenan. The only thing I don't like is I wish I got bigger plus money with Kenan because the money came in already. He's originally was plus 145. Now he's about plus 120,
What's the
125.
over?
Under over is 1.5 rounds minus 240. Which, by the way, I forget to bring this up because Bet Online is what I'm looking at right now, and they took away the formatting on this new format, so that you have to click in the fight to see the rounds. But when I was reviewing, and I have my notes here, there's a lot of 1.5 rounds in this card, which really intrigues us, especially me here. The Tyra fight is 1.5 rounds as well.
You said they changed the format, so you can't parlay the overs anymore.
Oh no, you can't. I'm just saying, in order to see the total, like the round totals, you have to click on the fight. Before it was right on the right side on my desktop. Now it's they just have the odds and you click on it. Because I'm on the new form, whatever's new form. You get to click if you want to use the new format or not on the laptop. But yeah, man. Man, I guess right now, if you put gun to head, I would say the value has to be on Song Kenan. At any plus money, it's value. But if it gets to closer to a pick'ems, or if Gisette becomes plus money, that might interest me. But right now, I'm going with Song Kenan as well, or Song Kenan. No racial, once again. Kenan. Next up, we got the main card. Okay.
Oh, the turtles around.
The Iron Turtle, bro. Don't sleep. Jun Young Park, the other Park brother. He's not a brother, but
it's gonna be a close one. Muniz is
against Andre Muniz, who's also a huge Brazilian prospect grappler like crazy. Both of them are grapplers.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go with Park then. Park's gonna sleep.
Yeah. Muniz is actually the underdog, plus 150, and Junior Park is about minus 175, which is crazy because he's finally getting respect then. Usually he doesn't always get the favorite nod.
Oh, so he's probably going to take an L then.
Is that what you're saying? Maybe the value switched now. You're right. I mean,
that's how it be, bro. Every time somebody's been an underdog and all of a sudden they're a favorite, it's oh, yeah, L time.
And here's something crazy here. I'm looking at right here on the odds. The opening odds, Junior Park was actually about minus 250. And the other guy, Muniz, was plus 200 or so. And now money's coming in over about the course of a week or 2 weeks. Now you see the odds. Fight. Yeah. So
this is probably Park's most skilled dude he's fought in the UFC, I want to say.
Yeah, his toughest fight. And we'll review it here. I'm about to show y'all. Let's get on to their profiles here. Andre Muniz. He's been solid, man. 23-6.
He took an L to
2-fight win streak.
He took an L to what's his name though? Yeah,
Paul Craig. Both finished.
Paul Craig though was whatever.
And I think this is where it worries me right here, because he's lost to two guys that are pretty decent, and they fought each other. Paul Craig and Allen was the headliners. They fought each other. But this is when usually you see the fighters turn it around or they have to win at this point, especially if they're supposed to be good. Last person he beat was Uriah Hall. Get the fuck out of here, though. It's hard. I see why the money is in for Muniz at plus money, of course. So I think at plus money there is definitely value. So I might wait, because with Jun Young Park, man, I mean, I know people are finally seeing what he could do, but I think he's kind of at his prime. He's maybe not championship material as far as what people like to see. But, I mean, you saw the way he beat up Duryev, and everyone thought Duryev was going to be beating up this Asian dude here. He beat Eric Anders, and Chukwi, some decent guys. And the guys he's lost to are no slouches. Gregory Rodriguez and Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Those are some legit guys as well. So I'm going to wait on this. If it gets closer on my end to Park, I'm gonna fire on Park if he gets the odds get a little better. I don't like minus 175. I'm gonna look at like maybe minus 140, 150 if it gets there. So I'm going Park here, but I don't blame y'all for betting on Muniz at plus money. That looks like some value though. As far as value goes, that definitely looks like it. He's gonna be in a desperate spot. You know what I'm saying? What else we got?
I'm gonna go with Turtle.
You're going Turtle team, but you see why people like Muniz. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on this. Okay, this is an interesting fight here. Yeah, they only let me click on it, but we got Tim Elliott against
Sumadarji.
Sumadarji. All he needs is one name, just like Cher. But this is another Yellow Excellence fight with a prospect here against an OG. So Tim Elliott is going to be the favorite, bro. Tim Elliott is minus 155. Sumadarji is plus 135. That's kind of crazy, but you know.
Nah, Sumadarji, he's like a big name, but he's been taking some L's and like big L's.
Definitely.
So like, I see why. I'm surprised Tim Elliott's a favorite like that. But I mean I get it, especially Tim Elliott. I mean, he's been showing he's solid. Like his last loss was against homeboy Mokayev, and he's Mokayev's like a real like just allegedly like top 10 or something. You feel me?
Yeah, and grappling, you saw Tim Elliott held his own, solid, obviously very durable, and ever since that whole situation with Kevin Kroom and his and Gina Mazzani, his ex-wife, who like cheated on him, and his best friend allegedly, that whole shit that was bullshitting behind his back. Yeah. So I've been cheering for Tim Elliott for sure ever since that whole shit gone down. As far as Sumadarji,
Sumadarji. No, I'm just tailing behind you.
Oh yeah. 16-5. I mean, he's 27. He was a prospect, but he's on a little fight losing streak, man. He lost to Matt Schnell last. He got choked out. Matt Schnell is kind of like a mid-tier entertainment type of guy, you know, power hitter, decently well-rounded. But like you were talking about,
I think Sumadarji was yoking him too.
And he got caught in that triangle, huh?
I
in
think
the second round. I got to go back to the Schnell thing again. But Schnell, I mean, I don't know my relationship with Matt Schnell. It's been on and off. I've been betting on him on some fights for sure. But do I put him at a high tier level? No. Like, I don't think so. He's mid tier to me, especially the guys that he's fought. So I could see why totally Elliott is the favorite, as he should be. The people's Elliott's fought, it's like, Tim Elliott's fought everyone. His record is not nice, 19-13, but look at how many fights that is. You know,
he's been like fighting forever, he's an OG. Bro. Yeah, he's an OG.
Exactly. So yeah, you're right. I think I'm with you on leaning on Tim Elliott here. I just want to see where the odds go, because it looks like when it opened at some spots, Elliott was actually like minus 180. And now he's like about minus 150, minus 160. So if it continues to go there, I might think it's a cheap price on Elliott. Maybe Elliott by decision is something that could be interesting as well.
I think he would finish him because this guy likes to go crazy. I'm pretty sure. Sumadarji, because his fight with Matt Schnell, I think he was beating the brakes off Matt Schnell, and then Matt Schnell came back.
Yeah, and Sumadarji is one of those guys that go all out like early rounds, right? Yeah. He might get gassed out. If it goes, the longer the fight goes, I think Tim Elliott, his cardio is solid. So, and he's been proven to be durable and have good cardio. So it's a tough fight, though. Like I said, I haven't fired on anything here. And, I want to be a little careful, especially after we just had a rough week on our picks. I want to make sure, we're because I was a little too feeling it, too confident on the two underdogs last week with Green and Dariush. And those just ended very poorly. So I want to be a little more careful before I put plant my flag, especially on those dogs here. But moving up, we got the last two fights, man. Some decent fights, but Jamie stopped the malarkey against Nasrat Hasprat.
This is a sketch-ass fight, bro.
Sketch-ass fight for sure. And I think someone has to get finished here. Both guys are down to throw bombs.
I feel like
Hasprat's a favorite, by the way.
Nasrat's more like technical. He should be able to win it. But Malarkey just might brawl out there. But because the thing, Nasrat, he's just hella stinky too. Like he be big favorites to win fights, and he be getting his ass kicked. So like, it's always sketch for him. But I'm gonna still have to rock with him.
Hey, that's funny because we were just talking. I felt like we were just talking about Nasrat in our one of our previous cards. I think I remember us mentioning him. He fought Landon Quinones and then John Medesi. And I remember, yeah, we were talking about him where we're like, oh yeah, he might be sketch because he was supposed to be a prospect, but he never really turned out. But I think I found out his mom like passed away or something like that, or one of his parents passed away. And since then, he's finally recovered. So for me, I'm definitely going Hasperat here, minus 190, minus 200. I think it's pretty good. 15-5. Obviously, he's been sketch in the past. But he's still at his kind of his solid age, and he needs to prove himself. Jamie Malarkey, I think he's even a little more sketchy.
No, he is.
17-6. He is on a one-fight win streak as well. He beat John Medexi, but both of them did. It's an old guy, OG. He's not really big name, but he'll be. I don't know about this guy, man. Malarkey's just like, of course, he's down to throw bombs, but then if he starts getting touched up and where it gets return fire, sometimes he can't handle it, man. And then he might get choked out or something. I mean, on the ground, Nasrat's gonna be better as well. So,
Yeah.
rightful favorite. Wish it was better. Really, I'm just looking at it like it's just hard to say. It's just hard to say with Malarkey. Stop the Malarkey. If I had to pick here, I'm going Hasbro because fuck Malarkey. That's the one. Number one. Oh, my bad. We actually have two more fights after this. I thought we were at the last two fights. We got this one. This is a banger right here. Anthony Smith filling in short notice against Khalil Roundtree. Shout out to my boy Khalil Roundtree. Weekly listener, hopefully. No, but I'm gonna get him to. I'm gonna get him to be a weekly listener. All right.
Hey.
But what do you think about this with the short notice with Anthony Smith here?
Man, Anthony Smith, he on his way out, dog. He been looking kind of sketch in his last few fights, so he has a lot of experience and everything. You know what I mean? He's fought the who's who, been in there with John Jones, so this might be Khalil's most big name fighter. And then short notice also Khalil Roundtree is a super head case. Like, how's he gonna go in there? You gonna go in there tripping, and then just purposely take an L or some shit? I don't know, because he always be doing weird shit. And I feel like Anthony Smith, if you fight like that against him, he's that much of a vet, he might be able to beat you. But I mean, you got to go with Roundtree, but there's hella factors.
Yeah, obviously a short notice fight. Anthony Smith is the underdog, plus 190. Roundtree minus 225 right now. Roundtree, like you said, I mean, both these guys are kind of mental cases at times. So it depends. So you got that randomness factor, but Roundtree, when he's on his game, he's a knockout guy. He's a finisher.
He's a killer.
Yeah, he's not a submission guy. Obviously, he hasn't had a submission win yet, and he's only lost once by submission. But he's a knockout guy. He could throw kicks, he could throw punches, real strikes, strong as hell. And he's one of those guys that lost weight, and moved down in weight, similar to Cannonier and stuff, where they used to be husky bruskies, little fatties, and cut their way down. So they've had experience,
but not in the UFC though. He was fat as a kid.
Yeah, not in the UFC, but he was fat through a teenager too.
Yeah,
as a teenager.
Cannonier actually fought at heavyweight in the UFC.
Because he was from Alaska UFC. Rated too well up there. He's like the only guy that was good from Alaska UFC. But yeah, no, I mean, just in general, the size is going to be there. I think he's going to have the strength, even though Anthony Smith is a big guy as well. So I don't think that Anthony Smith is going to have a huge strength advantage or anything. And we got to see Anthony Smith on the scales with that short notice. That's another piece of the puzzle as well. But yeah, for now, I'm agreeing. Roundtree, is hard not to go with Roundtree. Would you go Roundtree by knockout?
I don't know. It's kind of it's who's the last person that knocked out Anthony Smith?
Shit, good question. Last person to finish him was Ankalaev, which was back in 2022, early 20, mid 2022,
and that's a ground and pound.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's not even.
I mean, I think it's gonna be like that too. It's not gonna be like a one shot kill. I think it was gonna be a follow up. One shot hurts him.
That was just on the ground. He got him. Khalil Mack's not gonna be able to do that.
No, yeah, he wouldn't even want to get to the ground with Anthony Smith, to be honest. As far as Anthony Smith likes to be on his back, but he's dangerous off his back at times too with some of the BJJ. But yeah, you're right. I mean, Anthony Smith, even when he sucks, he's pretty durable.
That's what I'm saying.
So
He could take an ass whooping.
yeah, and this is a 3-round fight.
I
Would
mean,
you
look at
even? Oh,
remember
go
that
ahead.
fight with Glover, bro? Like Glover fucking knocked out Anthony Smith's teeth in the middle of the fight. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I remember that. And
He was
he's like,
pulling
"Oh, you
his
knocked my
teeth
teeth
from
out."
his shit. Yeah, he's like, "You knocked my teeth." And he's like, "Sorry, bro. It's the business."
Yeah, it's nothing personal. Maybe the value is actually on another prop. Khalil Roundtree by points plus 500.
Damn, that'd be cool. But I could see a TKO. Like, if he could TKO him, that would be like this would finally give like Roundtree like you gotta start fighting
Some credit.
top 10
Yeah.
guys and shit.
And
'Cause,
Roundtree's
like
not getting any younger, so he needs
yeah,
to
that's what
do
I'm
it now.
saying. He's like our age and shit. So for
Yeah,
sure.
he's 33 or something. So
Hey, shh, be
uh,
quiet.
people don't need to know. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's hard to go Anthony Smith at this point, especially short notice. No thanks. No thanks. Uh, okay, now we're gonna get to this main event, bro. Main event. Oh, they ain't showing. Oh, there we go. Load up the
Yeah,
pictures.
I'm going
Here we
with
go.
Song and Crew Chris Gutierrez, man. I gotta go with Song Yo Dong. You feel me? This fool
Song Yudong.
he been in there with the savages, like the fight against him and who was it? Was it Wonderboy? Nah, it was Sanderhagen. That fight was crazy.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, the one he lost, yeah, doctor stoppage in round 4 against Sandhagen. That was a
Well, cause
banger.
yeah, he was throwing all them elbows and cutting them. So yeah, I'm rocking with Song Yadong.
Yeah, Song Yudong's getting in his prime. He's gonna be from here. He's not traveling from China and having to
Yeah.
go through the thing. He's training in Sacramento, out here in Vallejo, chilling. Yeah, seeing what's good out here.
Yeah,
But yeah, man, Gutierrez is not a bad fighter. 20 and
he's
4, not bad at all. But
he's good, but he be like his last fight he looked good. Right? Who's it
against
against?
Alangatang Heli,
It was
but that's
sketch
like the
though.
opponent.
And then he lost to who's it? Pedro Munoz, right?
Yeah, and the last fight was Pedro Munoz, who he lost from. He
Yeah.
looked like shit in that fight.
Yeah, and then he beat,
Uh,
of course, Edgar. The Edgar thing got him where it was like hype. I don't think this is like I think Song Yadong is on a top more tier than Chris Gutierrez. So I'm rocking with
no,
Song.
exactly. I think people don't really realize how good Song Yudong is yet, like fully, and he's still getting better every time. Like every time we see him fight, he's getting better. He's improving. He's durable. That's a huge key too. Chris Gutierrez likes to like fight in distance and keep the distance, so he can keep his striking long. His front kicks, long leg kicks. Song Yudong, short legs. He ain't gonna do. He throw kicks, but he ain't gonna wait and keep distance. He's about to move in and out, in and out, in and out. And make his move. Then once you start clinching and doing all that, he's going to be able to start throwing them bows when you get in close. And he's a decent grappler as well, enough to defend takedowns and enough to pin people against the cage if he needs to. So when you're out in SAC training, I know they're going to go over some wrestling with you for sure.
Oh no, for sure, for
Uh,
sure. He's yeah, like I said, where he brought Sanderhagen. Sanderhagen should be you could say, he could have been the champion, but he got hurt. You feel me? Like he was supposed to be fighting somebody, but he tore his bicep or something against Font.
mm-hmm. And by the way, the odds, of course, we're saying all this, but Song Yudong is a big favorite, minus about 350 or
I mean,
so.
rightfully.
Yeah, and Chris Gutierrez plus 280. So odds wise, I see that, but Song Yudong is definitely going to be an anchor to one of my parlays for
Yeah.
sure. He's going to be the last leg. So if I need to, and if I decide
What's
or
the,
get any worried, then I could always hedge out if it
what's the over for this one?
under over. Oh, this is a good one. Thanks for reminding me. But this is 3.5. The over 3.5 is minus 185. The under 3.5 is plus 155.
Yeah,
So
it's either goes over or I feel like Song can finish him.
oh, and here's another thing on the last fight. Since I keep forgetting about the rounds because I've been writing notes about this. Roundtree and Anthony Smith fight. The under over when I looked at it was at over 1.5 rounds plus money plus 105, and that might be value right there. I like that look. I'm gonna check it right now to see if they changed the odds or it moved. Because if it did, it's gonna continue to move. I don't want to miss out here because that might be a good look for y'all. Over, yeah, still the same. Over 1.5 plus 105. Anthony Smith, if he could survive the first like little attacks, maybe he could last for a round and a half. But yeah, man, Song Yudong, we're doing it. Yellow Excellence. As far as this card's a little tough. I like some favorites here. So it might be more of a parlay card for me. Not sure how it's gonna go, but what do you like here best bets, anything you're excited about, whatever you want to give.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it's gonna be my yellow excellence parlay. I'm gonna do Song Yadong,
Mm-hmm.
the Iron Turtle, and then Sung Hyung Park.
Okay, the 2 parks.
Yup. Oh yeah, double park. You double parked up.
That's a yellow excellence parlay for sure.
Hell yeah. And then we're gonna do a parlay for Tim Elliott, Roundtree, and Song.
And Song Yadong.
And then a straight bet for the over on the Anthony Smith and Khalil.
Oh, okay. I was just thinking that too. Smith over 1.5 plus 105. Man, this is I maybe because I was just scarred from last card. I'm a little nervous about this card, man. I don't feel as confident. Go get into this. So let me see.
But you gotta do it though.
And I don't want to give the same one as you, so I'm gonna try to switch it up. But for sure, I guess I'll just start with the greasy. The greasy parlay got a hit here. Song Yadong as the first leg there. I'm gonna go Tatsuro Taira, something crazy like that. That's super greasy. I'm going Hoon Sung Park. the 3 greasies you could get pretty much. And I guess I got to throw one more because those odds are too. I need it to be at least even money or plus money. or else it's too much. And then I'm gonna go.
Technical difficulty.
I'm going. I'll just throw the big one in there. I'll throw in Costa minus 240.
I was gonna throw him in one too.
Yeah, just to at least round it out. I mean, I don't love giving the parlays like that, but I mean, I can't give out negative money on a 3-legger. That would be just insane. On some negative money. I'll write that down later. What else we got here? Man, you took one of my best bets. That over 1.5, looking good. I guess I'll throw you some another one I like here. I like I'll parlay Roundtree. And who was the other one we liked?
You're going for Malaki.
Yeah, Roundtree and Hasperat.
Hey.
Put them together, and I think you're gonna get something nice. And then for the chick fight here, maybe I'll give y'all a chick fight, some horny fights, dude.
Hey, Tati, what's her name?
Oh, the Dos Santos chick. You got the no. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go plus money. Stephanie Egger plus 130. You can get her 131 right now, but yeah, I'll put down plus 130. Stephanie Egger. But yeah, man. I mean, this is just kind of a warm up card, but as fans, it's always nice to have cards. Check out for our what is it? NFL Smoke Down as well. We were hot on it. We did the opposite. Like, we did better this over in the NFL this week. That's all it was. But we're about to go fire into both of them. And check us out, bro. Smoke some. Join us back to back today.